Hi, I'm Craig Carpenter. Welcome to Off the Beaten Path. In today's show, we're going to follow the trail of Forrest Fenn, a gentleman that hid treasure somewhere in the United States. We're in northern New Mexico now in the Jemez Mountains. We're going to be heading over to Jemez Falls to start looking for the treasure. And we're going to work our way around until we find it. Join us today. It's going to be a good show. The treasure we're looking for today is a $2.5 million treasure hidden somewhere in the United States by Forrest Fenn. It's called the Thrill of the Chase, and we're out chasing it now. One of the hints was it was in the mountains somewhere, and it was in or near water. So we're at Jemez Falls in the Jemez Mountains of northern New Mexico. Hi, I'm Craig Carpenter. Welcome to Off the Beaten Path. And today, we're in one of the quietest, most comfortable towns I've ever been in anywhere in the United States. Back in its heyday, Lamy used to be a bustling community. Train stations in the town made it a popular place to go to. Things happened. They built all sorts of things for tourists to do. This little park behind me, beautiful little park, but it used to be a Harvey House. Harvey House was a restaurant that they built at a lot of train stations across the country, so when they'd stop at that station, they'd have something to do. You know, another sidebar at the legal tender here is when you come to maybe wet your whistle, get a bite to eat, buy some things, is in the bar, there were people that would ask you to step up and play a game of cards or two. A little gambling going on. It was something to do, and it wasn't above board. You know, through the years, who knows how much money was lost here. Back in the late 1800s, this is what changed Madrid, New Mexico. Back then it was a speck on a map, but when they found coal in the area, it sprung to life. It brought a new growth. The company that brought in mines, brought in people, and all the stuff to make it a town, and a successful town for the people that worked and lived there. They encouraged families. They built elementary schools, a high school. They built a hospital. They built an opera house. The one thing they didn't build by design was a lot of saloons. They had one saloon in town and that's it. In the 1970s, these 6,000 acres were developed as El Dorado at Santa Fe. 90% of the homes in this community face to the south. Why? Because it was developed as a purely solar community. And even after all these years, it remains the largest solar community in the country. Welcome to Glorieta, New Mexico, a town best known for what you don't know about it. It has a huge historic place in our history. Just a couple miles down the road, it was the battle for Glorieta Pass during the Civil War. It was known as the Gettysburg of the West. We're standing on the very ground where one of the major skirmishes of the Battle of Glorieta took place. So walk up this road over the ridge. Back in 1987, they unearthed the mass grave of 30 Confederate soldiers.